Hi guys! Today's video we are going to talk about concealer under the eyes. I want to talk about how I conceal and how I avoid creasing. Now, I'm not saying that I never crease under my eyes. I can't tell you that I don't, and I can't tell you that there is a miracle product out there that is going to prevent any kind of concealer or anything emphasizing little fine lines. There's only one way to do that, and you would have to go to your dermatologist to get, things kind of pulled, filled, whatever. I'm not gonna do that. A, I don't like needles. B, I'm just not gonna spend the money to do that. And I'm okay with just kind of aging the way I am. So that's my own personal choice. Everybody can do whatever they want. You can do whatever you want. You wanna age naturally, you wanna do a little preventative. I've seen it both ways. It's beautiful. As long as you're happy with it, I'm happy for you, I'm happy, and that's it. So let's get on to concealing under the eyes. All right, like I said, our eyes are constantly in motion. Unless you are just like stone faced like this all the time, you probably don't have the issues of having fine lines. If you are a teenager, you probably don't have the issue of having fine lines, but we all have them. So it's something we can all have in common. That being said, you have to prep your under eyes a certain way. So I'm gonna walk you through that, and I'm gonna use two products that I love for under my eyes. I typically will use my RMS on Cover Up on its own and just do it everywhere, but when I want just a little more brightness, a little more coverage, a little boost, I add my NARS Light Reflecting, what is this? Eye Brightener. This is nice if you want the light to bounce. So it's not super illuminating, but when you blend it out, and I'll show you a swatch, you'll see that the light just catches it a certain way and it reflects that. So that's what we want when we have like the shadows. If you have dark circles where it's like purple, it's pink, or it's blue, then we got to talk about color correctors, and I can tackle that in a different video. Right now we're just talking about brightening. So if you kind of have like a little bit of the shadows, that's what this is gonna. Concealer. This is like my baby. I use this for concealer, I use it for foundation. I will use it all over my face. I love it. It's my favorite one. And you can see that it's getting a lot of love. I know it looks dirty inside because this is my personal one, and I just take my brush and so that, and then like the little secret weapon, because you gotta set. And I know you're probably like, Anna, you never talk about setting. I know, I don't, but I am gonna be 36 very soon, and like I said before, we're all aging differently, and I personally have seen my little lines collecting more product than I wanted to. So I'm changing up how I do my makeup, and in changing that up, we are now introducing setting powder. This is a really good one. It's lightweight. It doesn't really catch onto the little lines. So I have been loving this, especially under the eyes. So in this video, we are going to brighten, conceal, set. This has been my under eyes for a few hours already, and let's see up close. It doesn't look bad. Usually by now, like, you could really see things like settling in. And I get it, when it does do that and it sets in like the little lines, you're like, damn, I got a lot of like lines down there. I get it. I get the same thought too. Don't worry about it. It's normal. That's just it. If we didn't have expressions, if we didn't smile, if we didn't laugh, we would be perfectly like fine under the eyes, but then you're just living in a world where you're closing your eyes all day, and that doesn't work. So let's get into the application. I hope you guys find this video helpful, and if you have any questions, definitely leave them down below as you're watching the video, and let's get to it. All right, I know I'm not new to this at all, because when it launched, I could not find it in my shade, because I guess my shade is popular. This is new. It's from NARS, and it's their Light Reflecting Eye Brightener. So it can be a concealer if you don't have really dark under eye circles, but it's mainly meant to just brighten underneath the eyes. So if you have dark circles, you're gonna probably need to layer a concealer on top. I don't have severely dark circles. I would say, like, if I go like this, they may look a little bit, but it's just a little discoloration. So I've been using this for probably 2 months now. I have like a little dent in it. I do like it, but I want to talk to you guys about it. So first, let's swatch it. I have it in the shade Golden Eye. That's what it looks like. So you can see it's definitely like a little lighter than my skin tone, which is totally fine. because I want it to brighten. It is pretty moisturizing too. What I like is that, let's get in that swatch better. You see how the light bounces off? That's what I like about it. So when you have circles like me that are not very dark, we need something that's going to kind of bounce the light off. So I have tried doing this with a brush and putting it on. I don't like the way that applies. I find with this product, sticking my finger in there, warming it up, and just tapping it under my eye is the best thing. And I want to show you that. My under eyes are already moisturized. Definitely moisturize underneath your eyes, especially if they're dry, and give it a few seconds. It is a cream product. It's gonna crease. There's no way around it. You're gonna have to set it. So if I know somebody's gonna be like, does it crease? It's gonna crease. Our eyes naturally just like move, like I'm moving my eyes around. I have little fine lines. It does get in there. My solution to that is setting it with powder or just pressing it back in with your fingers. The other thing you can do if you don't want that is you get a liquid concealer. Those tend to not crease as much, and one that kind of like sets itself. I'm gonna take this, take my finger. This is how I do it. If you were my mirror, I have my mirror here. I would look and I would kind of look down. Do you see how as I look down, you could see the little hollows? That's where we're gonna put it. Take my finger, and I like to just kind of put it on the bottom part of where the dark circles are. And then I always put it out here. I have like this little discoloration there. And I will press with my finger. I just find that when you do it with your finger, it just warms up the product nicely. So you can already see that this brightens up. Then if you want to, you can take a brush. This is a Morphe one. And I just stipple it in place. Now, I've seen people do, if you want to do this, like if creasing is like a big thing for you, I've seen people do eyeshadow primer underneath their eyes, then put concealer on, and apparently that works. I'm too lazy to do it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm too lazy to do that, so I'm not gonna do that, but I just want to give you guys an option. Always also get this inner corner, because that's where like the little shadows are. That's where the blood likes to pool and then makes us look more tired than we actually are. So with this product, I like to work in like little layers, because if you put it on and you go like real heavy, you're definitely gonna get creasing. So I just do like in kind of like little layers. I tap, I blend out, I'll take the brush. So that's brightening. It's kind of like bouncing off that light. For myself, I do like a little bit more coverage, so I'm gonna go on top with another concealer. You could just skip all of that and do a full coverage concealer. That makes more sense. It's a little bit faster, but I'm gonna take my Armas, the Uncover Up in number 33, because this is a little bit lighter. This on top is gonna just kind of balance out and be nice and bright. Sometimes I like to just do this on its own. Take that on my finger, and I just pop it like that. And see how the combo of both of them is brighter, it's more coverage than this on its own. Don't make the mistake of putting too much product on your face, especially underneath your eyes, because it's gonna look heavy, it's gonna look makeup-y, and it's definitely gonna settle in your lines no matter what you do. So I'm just like tapping it in there. One more coverage. And to be honest with you, by the time you put mascara on, a little bit of bronzer, that darkness under the eyes is not even like that noticeable. So I think that's why some people like to do concealer last, which makes sense, but that's how I do it. All right, so I did those 2 layers. Let me close these guys up. This is the best setting powder. This is from NARS. It's their light reflecting setting powder. I have it in crystal. It's clear. It's clear. And like, honestly, if you are up to like a tan undertone, like, I'm sorry, a tan skin tone, you could definitely use this to set your makeup, because it's literally clear. And I know if anybody's been watching me for a while, this is definitely like a what moment, because I never set my makeup, but this is it. All right, so I take it. Also, something that I learned recently with this, because I just bought it, you have to get that top layer off and like really like warm it up. Get rid of that excess, because underneath is the powder. That's just what the person told me. And it works. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the powder and I'm just going to set. I always like to go against the grain and then back and forth. And I like that. This doesn't mattify my skin. Like, I'll show you even in the center of my face. It'll kill that shine, but it doesn't mattify it. So, and I like to use it with the brush. It does come with a little spongy thing, but I like the brush. All set. All right, if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.